remember yesterday we were doing the classrooms, so we actually blocked it off really quickly. We didn't have a very good, like a very long last run, although we got some important information in it. So I don't think that we have any extra items or energy or anything today. Yeah. Okay, we'll pick up our allowance. And then head outside for the extra room. Let's see what we can get. Okay, the shelter doesn't really have anything else that we need in it other than the ability to protect us from red rooms. Like I said, I'm not super fond of the trading post because I felt that it was not giving us fair trade. Let's do the tool shed and start with 2 special items. I've heard Jonathan gets a whole 4 coins for an allowance. Unfair. Unfair. Okay, so we got the battery. And a wrench? Have we ever had the wrench? The gear wrench. Every time you draft a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. We've never had this item before. Very interesting. What even is a mechanical floor plan? Is that something that's gonna, like, show up? Like, as the type, like puzzle blueprint? I wish it would just the highlight would leave off where it was. Blueprint dead end. Like, wait. God damn it. Very interesting. You go to the wine cellar, it says dead end, right? And the type blueprint dead end. You go to the garage, dead end, in quotation marks, because of the garage door opening. I'd be very interested to know if some of these other ones said dead end in quotations. Entry. Oh, because something happens whenever you enter it. Got it. Yeah, spread one. Drafting. Oh, okay, so like this. Mechanical. Okay. So breaker box is one of them. Ooh, okay. So we got a lot of them right here. Breaker box, the pump room, security, workshop, and laboratory. So we can adjust their rarity. Standard, unusual, standard, unusual, standard. Assuming that none of these... Addition? What does that mean? What does that mean? Black print? The fuck? It's like, we've had these, like, this information all along, but I've never really thought to look at it. Oops. Yeah, objective. Why is this listed as a... Oh, I guess because it counts as 2 bedrooms, so it counts as 2 dead ends as well. What does it mean, right? Hallway, 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 obviously. Yeah, air quote dead end as well. That one we knew about, of course, as well. Hallway unusual. Green room dead end. I'm wondering if, well, it wouldn't say dead end for cloister, but there's something going on there. Spread green room. Green room. Okay, so upgrade, I'm assuming is because we've used an upgrade disc on it. Just green room. Interesting. Dead end. Okay. Okay, I was hoping that this would have dead end in quotations, but no, it appears that this actually is a dead end. Okay, at least none of the rooms that we have so far that are dead ends. Outer room. Oh yeah, because it's outside. Okay. None of the rooms that we have currently that say dead end have the quotes around it that we haven't discovered. So there's no rooms here that are like sneaky actually. Yeah. Wait, what did that say for shrine? Yeah, okay. Okay. Enough of that. We can actually play the game. I'm sorry. I went on a tangent there. God, what do we even want to adjust the rarity to them to? Okay. So we're gonna start with this room. So we have ace and face. So the entry is an F. Okay. So like we have been doing, we're gonna plot these rooms before we actually go through any of them. So corridor. We'll put the den there. Put the courtyard, even though it has a gem requirement, just because, like I've said before, it is so common to find a major item in the courtyard. So let's do it. Can I see one from here? Can't. I do see a locked chest. We don't have any keys though. Let's start here. Get the gems. Someday I will be able to see what the fuck is happening on screen. Today is not that day, though. Lock chest? No. Oof. Okay, we're gonna plot security because, like I said, I find it fairly important to do something with the keycard reader as early as possible. Okay. I think we put it to commonplace. We really like getting this one. Ooh, keycard. A fucking keycard right there. Okay. So we are going to put the security level to high because the keycard is literally lying on the table next to us. We don't have to do anything with the offline mode because we're not going to turn the system off. Like, I saw you there. Nothing over here. Interesting security protocol there. Right. We could do the parlor, get more gems. The closet isn't terrible to draft there either, because, you know, then we have a dead end for the corridor there. But if we might as well do the parlor. Okay, anything extra in here today? Are we feeling a little extra? Oh, so yeah, we need to double check to see if there was anything in that other room. So this is a plane and a plan, do you think? So this would be an I in this room? No, P-L-A-N-E, P-L-A-N, and it's the E. I'm doing the wrong type of plane mentally. Okay, what do we have here? This box and the white box are both empty, could be true or false. This box and the blue box are both empty, could be true or false. The other two statements have identical wording. That is false. Okay, so if this is a false one, then one of these has to be true. This one is saying this one in the white box. This one is saying this one in the blue box. So both this one and this one are saying that the white box are empty. One of them has to be telling the truth. So the white box is empty. If it's this one telling the truth, this box and the blue box are both empty. It doesn't matter which one's telling the truth. They're in the black box, right? Because they could both be true. I'm going to do the black box. There we go. Yeah. I'm like, ah, yes, deductive logic puzzles. My bread and butter. I do Myrtle and Clues by Sam every morning. So every morning I'm doing 2 deductive logic puzzles. Okay, the corner one. Storeroom. Gotta do it. Get a little bit of everything. It's nicely blocked off. Get our money. Get our keys. Get our gem. Okay, we can have a little bit of a relook for security and den to see if there were any pairs in here. There are. So this one is stare and star. So this one is an I. Okay. I can't go through there, so we have to go back this way. Do we have a pair in here? We did. A bride and a bridge. So this would be a G. Like, maybe I should switch to writing this with a different pen. We'll check the corridor if we eventually have to go back through the entrance hall. Like, we'll check it. God, do we check it now? Let's check it now. We'll check that and then go into the courtyard from there. It's like, I know there's no point really in being in here. Pray and pry. So this is an A. I don't see a special item in here. I think it's just the chest. It's hard to see because of the sun behind me. Well, and not behind me, in front of me, in my goddamn face. Okay, let's go this way. We can do the pantry. Get a little bit of energy, get a little bit of money. There it is. Tag and stag, so that would be an S. I didn't notice any in the courtyard, but I'm not sure if I just didn't look. There. We'll do the nook. Magnifying glass, okay. Nothing really over there. Okay, we have a car and a cart. So it is a T here. I figured. It seems that at least for this row that I'm currently in, that it's spelling the number 8. So I expect the empty room beside us between the den and the nook to be an H. Ooh, I think we got to draft the passageway here. What if it's the code for those safes? It could be. I don't know, like, it's... Because the map is 9 rows, it's gotta be, like, 9 of something. I don't... The last one, it could be, I was thinking it might say safes, because right now I have blank AF blank S. We'll see. I need to... I don't believe that the storeroom actually has a pair in it, and I didn't check the courtyard. So let's do the passageway just so that... Actually, I think we have to do the passageway. We've managed to block everything off. That's some real skill there in in choosing rooms. Okay. Can we see it from the door without going in? I don't think that there's like an art pair in there. I don't think there is. Okay, let's draft the hallway. So we have a clock and a lock, so that is a C in this room. Although, the way that they logic it, we should probably open this door and then go the other way. We definitely don't want the patio. We don't have any green rooms on the map yet. We don't have the sleep mask or anything that really benefits bedrooms. So let's do the guest bedroom and just get some extra energy. There is a room that we saw. There is a room that has a trunk in it, but I don't remember which room it is. Shit. Maybe the parlor? I don't remember. We have keys now. We could actually get it. Oh, this has... Oh, this is the one that I'm never quite sure what it's supposed to be. There's a mountain... Like, oh, Peak and P. That's what it is. Oof. We gotta do the chapel. It's the only way we don't get blocked. I wish I could remember which room had the trunk in it. We are not putting in the weight room. Okay, through here. They are not being super kind. Yeah, there's no pears in here. Okay, we got a trunk. We can open that up. We've used this with the magnifying glass before. I didn't particularly notice anything. I don't know if it's just like playing more into like the Reddington lore. Okay, what's in here? Finally, a key. It's been forever. Okay, so we have Tiger and Tear. Oh, we didn't check in the chapel to see if it had anything, goddammit. It's gonna take a bit to get everything. So this was a G as well. Okay. Shit, already locked? We do have 3 keys. Ooh, we cannot let this be blocked off. I guess the observatory is real, like, let's do the library. It gives us more flexibility. Because if we do the observatory, when we go through that door, then there's only one way that it can go. So it's really limiting. Let's do the library. I think we have a book in the library waiting for us anyway. We do. Not seeing anything different or interesting otherwise. Okay, this book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fenary Central Board of Education. It's been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Very interesting. So who had this book out? Detective Bon Margle took it out in both March and then September of '87. Caleb Manning is an author who published at the same publishing house as our aunt, great aunt, whatever the relationship is, who I believe it might be Mary Jones. That her pen name is like Marion whatever. And, yeah, there was the whole thing about, like, royalist sentiment. Interesting. Ooh, that is a lot. The name used, blank, the name used to designate the realms of eastern waters. Something is no longer something known to the average citizen. I'm not going to bother saying something or blank or whatever. I'm just going to try to read this one bit. The name used to designate the realms of eastern waters is no longer known to the average citizen. Of the elder generation, we must permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon our past. Agera. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Agera, by the ascension of the first king, blank, whose name, Oris, would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the century, it's a messy blank. That is a very messy blank. A new kingdom was born. Can we see anything? It is highly suspect to me because every other blank we've seen so far has been... I guess no, there's a couple there that are a little messy. Never mind. The second era. It was the fourth king who split this vast domain into 3 equal shares, 3 realms to his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch-Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse, which at the time was not as developed but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, a land steeped in tradition. It doesn't really list the name of the area that was given to his eldest. I'm also wondering if, like, the letters are scrambled or something. As the second era grew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands, and developed a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the third era was defined by unknown. Commerce between the 3 realms further strengthened their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Interesting. So the symbol for the middle country is redacted. We have absolutely seen the symbol for the top one. It was the one that was on the yellow flag in the classroom yesterday. I'm not sure if we remember seeing something with the like that kind of hourglass symbol of the bottom one. So the middle province that was given to his eldest, the symbol is redacted. Not fully redacted. We can see a little bit at the top and bottom, but I can't make out what it is. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. So Arch-Ares is the mountain flag. Iraja is the hourglass flag. I feel like that's something I want to write down. Let me write that down. A 4th era. Interesting. So there's an extra insert in this book. There's a letter in here. As the kingdom entered the 4th era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desiltus III was a king that was often seen drinking, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well. Show letter. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department in this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant, but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter and the book that you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition, an uncensored copy of the history of Orinda could be found, it would likely be within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. And if that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play. And perhaps on my next visit, we'll have a laugh about this after you've given me the actual manuscript. Until then, Detective Bon Margle, Redguard. So Redguard does make it sound like he is possibly of the royal police, because all of the red stuff has to do with the royalist stuff. There we go. The Silts was known as the king of no one when he made the decision to moving castle and court behind. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of this common folk. These voices planted the seed which took root in the grand city of Fen. The era of ruin. After the passing of King Desiltus III, the fourth era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died. Your king is dead. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a number of supporters due to the fact that Desiltus IV shared little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontier to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets, stained in red. Okay, I don't think, yeah, there's nothing to look at with the magnifying glass there, but let's take a peek at this one. Morning Bay. Pacification of Fen. Nothing really jumping out at me other than the fact that this is, like, the location and being Morning Bay. Moving castle, you say? Where is Howell? Yeah. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with the Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch-Ares and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, the victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Jesus, that is some casualties. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won, Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags had flown for 5 eras. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in the honor of fallen Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. Casualties dance. So it seems that, like, the middle province had a black flag, possibly. We know that, like, the northern province of Arch-Ares has a red flag. A current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3, Fen-Ares, Arch-Ares, and Araja, once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples had grown, our connection to the land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world had ever seen, the land of our fathers, our mothers, and of our children. So I am a little still confused by this history. I guess I'm getting like Fenaries and Archeries mixed up. Grand City of Fen. I guess maybe Fen was the in the second area, like the middle area. Yes, I think that the Grand City of Fen was in the second area. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they renamed it to Fenaries. Okay. Interesting that there's just one redacted thing. Okay. Oh, we have a so chart and cart. So it's an H for this room. Oof, okay. What do we got? What do we got here? Ooh, this is rough. We can't afford the trophy room, which sucks because we'll get 8 gems, so you make your money back. We can afford the attic and get 8 items for it, but that blocks off the floor plan. We cannot do it. We have to do the archives. That sucks. While drafting, you'll no longer be able to see all 3 of your potential floor plans. So we'll be working a little blind now. This is not going to be a very long run. Card reader. Oh, we have a stag. Where is the partner picture? A stag and a stage. So this one is an E. Archives, you think is the worst room ever? I'm pretty unhappy with all the red rooms, honestly, but I think the one that gets rid of half your energy, what is that? The gym just takes like 2 extra steps or something. Whichever one gets rid of half of your energy, I think is terrible. Also, the one that takes out, makes you less likely to find items. That's also awful. Weight room, yes, yeah. Like, the gym isn't so bad because if you can find that, like the breaker room or whatever it's called, you can turn off the lights in the gym and it won't affect you anymore. So it's not the worst. Okay. We've already been all through this, so I don't think that we need to... Admittedly, we haven't looked at it with the magnifying glass. Oops, we changed. So yeah, this is like our aunt or great aunt or mom or something. This is the niece and closest living relation to the Baron, and I'm pretty sure the Baron is our great uncle or something. So I think that this might be our mom. Yeah. As I think that the Red Prince and that book is based off of our brother. Yeah, Caleb Manning is the one who wrote the book that we just read. Leaked dossier, person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people. And Marigold dropped the publisher. Yeah, Caleb Manning was arrested, the one who wrote the book we just read. Yeah. Mom went missing on her way to the 100 Bells tea room. Mostly looking for, like, background details and such. Because we've already read these articles. It's just this is the first time that we've had a chance to look at them with a magnifying glass. A swan necklace. Yeah, let's go this way. No, not this way. This way. Dark room is still pretty fucking awful. I'm gonna say that let's do the archived one, and we can't see what it is, but okay. Well, we got an extra key out of that. Could have been worse. Plane. Fuck, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. It's somebody painting, like, the earth, painting the globe. But, I'm not sure how that pairs up with plane. I might have to just leave this one. Okay, let's try this. Oh, we don't want the breaker box. Oh, we really want something that goes straight. We could do the observatory and hope that we can connect in on the other side of it. Because this could be anything. Let's try to do it. Okay, what do we have here? Flan and fan. So this room is an L. Okay, so this is an L. And what do we get today? Oh, we get an extra key. Okay, then through this door. Ooh. Not good. We're gonna do the archived room and hope. Okay, perfect, perfect. Pool room does go in the direction we want it to go. So this is what? Paint, can, paint and pint. So it's the A. There we go. Not seeing much in here. We've never had the locker room. This is, I think, worth the gem. It will at least connect to the antechamber, even though we don't have the lever open. So just in case we have access. It does block off the foundation. We'll have to go back down to the archives to move. Yeah, this actually completely blocks off the west wing of the house, though. But it's fine. Like, I'd rather have it block off the west wing than have it not connect to anything. This could be a dead-end room. So let's get the new room in there, see what's going on. Oh, wow. Okay. Actual locked lockers that we can open. A lot of them. Shit. I mean, like, anything could be in there. Ooh. Oh, I thought that was a piece of paper. I got excited for a second. Well, they're not called unlockers. Look, usually at a place like this, they would be unlocked, that you would, like, get a, you'd either bring your own lock to lock them or whatever, but anyways, what's this? We have the manor, house and hose. That seems likely to me. It's like, I really wish I had that lockpick kit today, because I don't really want to use all of my keys on this. Maybe we pick one. Maybe like this one. We're gonna randomly pick it and check it. Oh, hello. Okay. If we have any keys left at the end of the game, and we have the energy to make it back here, we'll come back here and open up more lockers. I wonder if, much like the, that, like, hall of doors, that there's a switch inside one of the rooms in here. I also wonder if it's a thing where, like, I don't know if there's any sort of randomization when it comes to the contents of the lockers. Sorry, I'm just noticing that some of them seem to be like a little brighter at the top. And I can't tell if it's just like the lighting. Okay, so we're going back down to the archives. And then through this door. Oof. Guess we're doing the commissary, just we're going to be blocking off another section, but let's do it. We do have some money, so we might be able to buy something. Okay, and this one is Coast and Coat. So it is an S. Come here, pen. How did I still smudge that ink? God damn. Okay, what do we got? What do we got for sale today? Salt shaker gives us more energy when we eat food, I believe. I do love me the metal detector. It is... We're gonna buy the metal detector and some gems. Hopefully. Like, there's not too many rooms left for this to spawn something in, but you never know. It might give us more keys to open up the lockers at the end of the day. There. Ooh, come on. Don't just, like, end it immediately. Please have a door that lets us go somewhere. Oh, this is the secret room. This is the secret passage. We're good. Okay. So we got a plane and a pane. So it's the L? Okay. So, what color of room do we want to go to? This is going to take us to a random room of that color. I feel like a hallway might be semi-safe. You know, we need something that puts us, like, straight. We already have the spare room in. Yeah, bedroom is a terrible idea. There's none of them that go straight. Green is a gamble. Shops are a bad idea. Maybe we try a hallway? Let's try it. Oh, we got some money in here. Okay, this works out perfectly. We could do the foyer. Weird place in a mansion for the foyer, right? Hallway doors are always unlocked. It is pretty late to put this in, though, because we already have a lot of hallways. We do have one key left. Let's do the East Wing Hall. Yeah, there's nothing in the secret passage itself. Okay, here we have... Normally I've been saying that that's sage, but... What would this be then? So we've done this as plan and as... I don't know if we've done this as a chart before. Plant and plan, that could be it. This could be a T. We're definitely going to reevaluate some of the ones that we have down, just in case we see that they're different another time. You know, it's not going to take much effort to double check some of these. Okay, a T. Okay. Last key. Okay, laboratory at least puts us, like, gives us a door. Because this is the end. I don't think there's going to be anything we can do in the lab right now because we don't have the boiler room. Let's put it as commonplace. Anything special in here today? Like I said, I think for most, you definitely need the boiler room to do one of the puzzles in this, which we did figure out yesterday. Ah, yes. So we have... What is that one up there? Paint? Like, paint and crate doesn't work. Is it crate and create? So that's what, an E? Anything we need access? No, this is just the experiment. And we don't need... I really don't want to set up... Yeah, we're not going to be doing any of these things. Hey, Lynkia Siren, how's it going? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day so far. Okay. Locked and we're out of keys. God damn it. God damn it. That's the end for this one. We don't have any keys to do more in the locker room either. I think... Was there any rooms that... I feel like I said that there was something that we would come back to. I think we already did it, though. I think that's it. I think we just call it a day here, and I don't mean for the stream. I mean for this round, day 12. Oh, you're right. The locker room does spread keys. That is a fantastic point. So we can walk back and see if we can spot any keys. We do have the metal detector as well that should tell us if there's a key in the room. I was really disappointed when I had like an almost full mansion and I picked up the metal detector very late and did a full walk back and didn't discover a single key, because I thought that like there were keys and coins just on the floor randomly that I had missed. And it turns out, no, it's that the metal, like when you draft a room and you have the metal detector, there is a higher chance of it spawning that. It isn't there all the time and you just miss seeing it because they're very hard to see. Okay. So. Do we even stick our head in the closet? I don't know if it would spawn a key in there. It's weird to call it difficult because I feel like it has a very low entry level. Like, I feel like anybody can pick this up and start playing it and enjoying it. Whether you can solve all of the mysteries, maybe not. There are some things that I definitely feel that there's something, but I don't even know how to start going about figuring it out. But I love this game. I find it enthralling. I literally had a dream about it last week where my brain decided that it was going to make up a key and open up a separate area. I love this game. I think it's excellent. Oh, hey! Oh, we're out of keys. God damn it. I didn't even notice this trunk when we were in here before. Yeah. Oh! What do we got? Is it upstairs? It might be upstairs. It's worth going up there before we go through the door. Because it doesn't cost us any energy to come up here. Maybe it's through the door. I'm not seeing a lot. Yeah, it's through this door. There we go. Okay, we're gonna spend this key immediately on that trunk because we might get a whole bunch of keys out of it. No, we got a whole bunch of money out of it, god damn it. We gambled and we lost. Okay. Okay, this way now. We can take a peek into the guest bedroom. Nothing. Yeah, let's take a loop through the nook. Okay, there's something in here. There it is, extra key. We have an extra key in here? Oh, yes, we do. It'd be nice if the metal detector also would go off for these spots to let you know which ones to dig in. Okay, we are actually going to... Yeah, we're going to go into the entrance hall. And then up here. Doesn't seem to be anything in here. Nothing in here. Nothing here. Okay, that seems to be all of the... Like, I don't think... Dessert and desert. This is a pair. It's because normally when I see this, it's for flan. But it's dessert and desert. So it's an S for this room. Which is what I suspected. I believe that this line is spelling the word safes. Okay. So that is everything. We have 2 keys. There shouldn't be... I mean, unless they put one in the corridor there. Can we make it back up? Do we have enough energy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, we can get up there and unlock a couple more lockers and see what's going on. As long as we don't make any stupid missteps. Okay, we're good. And then this way. This way. Whoops. And then over here. Go straight. There's something here. Oh, another key. Perfect. How we didn't notice that when we came through here before. Locker room. Okay. Anybody have any lockers that they feel particularly good about? I think it might be too hard to get you guys to say which ones. So I think I'm just gonna... We have 3 keys. We already opened this one. So we're gonna... Oh, there's 5 areas though, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 6. Shit. Let's go gambling. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this one maybe? Hello? Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. So we saw a thing that said something about green notes, but it had something to do with like green notes that either were or were not in a particular person's room. So we are going to write this down so that way the next time that we see the information about green notes, we have more info. Okay. So the reason why the coloring is important for those who haven't played this or haven't seen it, any note that is red that is not handwritten is a lie. Green notes, like I said, there was a very specific instruction, but I don't remember what it was. Okay. And so we opened that one. Let's open one over here. Let's open against the wall. Oh, we got an apple. Okay. I would like some more keys. I feel like maybe this one. Thank you. We got a free play. So now we're gonna open this one. Couple of gems. Okay, that's it for today then. There is nowhere else we can go, nothing else that we can do. We did start to get some really good information about the pairings, and we had a couple new rooms. So let's call it again and call it a day and then start the next day. Yum flan. Are you a fan of flan? I have not tried it, honestly, but I'm not a fan of custards, so I'm a little skeptical. Okay, so for Mount Holly east-facing villa, because the west wing got blocked off pretty quickly, 27 rooms, rank reached 9, steps taken 77. We found 4 items, and we only mapped 1 new room, which was the locker room. Yeah. I saw an English tea and citrus cream cake that looked doable. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, what do we got? We've never drafted the hovel before, so we have lots of energy. Let's try it. Let's try it. Spindle, interesting. So don't do that. Look, sometimes it's perfectly fine to make a mistake again. Maybe you're testing something. Oh, hello. You see this shit? You guys see this? It's the last one. I'm gonna wait. I'm examining the rest of the place before I flip that. That's what I was hoping to find in here, but I didn't want to curse it. What demons will it summon? We're gonna wait until after the ad break to do that, just so that way nobody misses it, because I don't know what's gonna fucking happen, and we're already outside, which is perfect. So we're gonna go over and examine it immediately. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravane. Remember, Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Okay. Or was it Davrin? I can't read my own handwriting. Fuck. Dear Mr. Ravane, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds has been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as the groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March. Maybe if you had put him up somewhere nicer than a hovel, he would have worked harder. Ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and services and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Anne Babbage, House Manager. Like, well, that's quite the letter, right? Bear traps? Are we playing DBD now? I mean, it might be smart to write down the name of Mr. Ravain. I don't know. We've definitely heard the name Ravain before. I think this had to do with like the garage and the possibility that the staff here is smuggling something somewhere. We'll check that spelling. R-E-V-A-N-E. Yep, that's how I had it. Okay, let's do it. Let's flip the switch. All four. What does this do? Oh, shit. Oh my god, is this how we get to the basement? That's a motherfucking elevator. That is an elevator. It had a keyhole. I bet that's where the basement key goes. I love how, like, the more I get excited about, like, discovering something, the angrier I sound. Like, I bet that's where the fucking basement key goes. I'm also a person who gets very angry when I'm startled. So the number of times that I, like, say, for example, I want a bit of a snack, but I don't really feel like getting a snack. So I just need to shovel some food into my face. So I go and start eating hummus with pita chips, don't get me wrong, like directly out of the container in the kitchen. And my husband has like finished getting ready for bed, so he'll come in to say goodnight to me, and I don't hear him coming, and he startles the shit out of me, and I'm just in the being a hummus goblin in the kitchen, just eating it out of the container. And then he walks around and he's like, "Good night, sweetie." I'm like, "What the fuck do you want?" Because I'm so startled. Hell yeah. Oh shit, no key needed. Well, it was nice knowing you all. Interesting. I'm also very excited. Husmago light surprise swings from the pen. Yeah. The number of times that he has like been where I didn't expect him to be, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because it's startling. Like you think that there's somewhere, and then you go and like open up a cupboard or something. The worst thing is when, for example, he'll be like in the bedroom, like reading in bed or something, and I'm in the living room, and I go to get something out of like a cupboard, and then I turn and there's just a dark figure standing in the doorway to the bedroom. So that's when I like freak out because I get so spooked, and then he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I thought you were asleep." Oh, hello. Glad that I stopped to look at the window because I didn't even notice this little niche here. Been dead for 40 years, only just got buried. Yeah, you're gonna have to wear a bell, Archfey, if that's the case. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got here? So this hat means that as I move through, all the walls are gonna break, right? Scripps and Ruford Mining Company Excavation Department, Foreman's Log 3. So this is... I mean, it could be July 2nd, or it could be February 7th. I hate fucking date. And, like, use 2 digits. Do 07, please. You wear a bell. I love it. I thought you were saying for a second that you wear a bell, and I'm like, oh, that's a choice. I'm like, who have you been scaring? As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much larger arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crews first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we've uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we've surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Oh, that seems like something that you should, like, fuck around with, right? That absolutely seems like... It's like... I don't know if you guys have seen that Tumblr post or whatever, where it's like, oh, we found this ancient goddess who had like a gold like fake eye with like this very like it was very creepy sort of thing, and people are like, do not take the gold eye, like, do not do it, she will come back and she will haunt the shit out of you. But yeah, I generally find if you, like, I'm a person who puts in those extra digits and stuff like that for clarification. God, I feel like like, can we have a telescope or something? Oh, hello. It's so easy to miss these. What is this? I'm really glad that they're not charging me, like, energy to move through a lot. Ooh. No! No chess! What? Oh, good lord. I can pick where this is supposed to go? To a certain extent. Oh no, I can pick anywhere. I don't know the rules. This isn't regular chess. I mean, I assume we're gonna find something at some point that tells us what to do with this. That point is just not now. There's no point with, like, fucking around with it. We don't know what it wants. Ooh, speaking of what it wants, I do not like this fracture here. Locked off. Interesting. Bonk. We got more notes. Foreman's copy do not remove from sight. Realm and Something, Sigils of the Past and, I'm assuming, Present, by Professor R. Willard, Fenneries, Robert Burton Sons, 1905. Introduction. Something of the first era found something either of a natural, something resulting from the creations. We're accustomed to record various signs with the aid of... They did this in order that the something of their realm might not be understood by strangers. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They've been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we're referring specifically to realm sigils, those crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings, and older documents. This book was written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and to clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of that realm's royal art. How is the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, each variation tells a story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meanings. I feel like maybe we've seen that one before. Someone I played games with told me you're too cold-hearted, I can't play games with you anymore, and got called a cold-hearted sociopath. Oh, sorry, that's rude. It is laid out like the manor. 100. Oh, you know what? There are different rooms where we've seen chess pieces before. I hope to God that it isn't that we have to draft all of those rooms, make note of what room each piece is in, and then come here and put the corresponding piece to where we've drafted it. That's a lot. That's a lot. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is composed of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines or rays. I am getting to it. God, how dare you? You know what you're getting. How dare you sass me like this? Don't rush me. There. Hey, Noble, how's it going? Welcome in. How have you been? It has been a bit. Yeah, 6 pieces: pawn, rook, knight, bishop, queen, and king. We have absolutely seen the bishop. It is in the chapel. We have seen the pawn. I feel like it's on a bookcase somewhere. So we'll just have to start making notes of when we see the rooms that have those pieces in them. And then start trying to plot all of those rooms. Okay, so dividing lines raise the moats and the border. The core. Interesting that one of them is the symbol for... What was it? Ajira? Iraja is the bottom province. Oh, no, okay. You notice on the ripped out page, the symbol there, that is the blanked out symbol that was in the book that was talking about Arinda's past. So we know that that symbol is Arinda now. Let me do a quick sketch because I can't describe that. Was it on the elevator? Interesting. I'll have to check that on the way back up. I kind of thought that it was a keyhole at first. You might be right. It might be that symbol. Anyways, back to the first page before I got so excited about that. I also don't know what the kind of downward arrow one is. The pentagon is Fenaris, I believe. And the mountain is Archaries, but I'm not sure about the downward arrow. The center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us a name, then the rest of the sigil tells us the history behind that name. Still, it's important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all of the other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place that we are describing. I get... Oh, God. Okay. Forgive me while I make more notes. This is the sort of place that we're not going to be coming back to too often. Okay, the rays. I don't know if that's earth or fourth. I think fourth. From the core will come something lines splitting the sigil from one sigil to another. They may differ in number, style. Yeah. It's not really giving us a lot of info there. Ship routes. Okay, so it has to do with travel for the rays. They're talking about carriages, galloping, locomotion. Okay, wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. A scorched air and blazing sun cause otherwise straight rays to appear shimmering. A rainy realm is indicated with 3 vertical lines pouring down. Oh, fuck, gotta make fucking notes about this too. Okay. Okay, moats. God, I'm not making notes on every fucking thing here. Okay, on each sigil floating between the rays, there are small figures called moats. From the shape and style of the moats used on a sigil, we can tell the type of society a given realm proclaimed. if they consider themselves to be mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Oh god, I know I said I wasn't going to write this down, but I feel like I have to. I'm committed to making notes. Okay, tribal is a primitive realm, hunter and gatherers, agricultural, harvest and farming-based society and culture. Martial, military something, and generation spanning arguments. Okay. Metropolitan, large city-state with a dense urban and populous center. Academic is a center for knowledge, advanced in various scholarly pursuits. These realms are home to many schools, universities, and libraries. Industrial, engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing, invention, and production. Spiritual, an elevated reverence for nature, animals, and the forces that guide us. And poetic, a strong focus on the advancement of the arts, writing, music, and language. I would have kind of expected, like, poetic and academic aren't particularly different. Okay. So the border around each sigil is an adorned edge serving as a container for the information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different color. We had information about colors in the classroom, but there was no black one. These borders always correspond to the banner and the national colors of a specific realm. Motherfuckers are gonna make me draw so much shit, okay? Look. Fountain pens. I have a medium nib fountain pen. It is not good for this. Not even the last fucking page. Okay, putting it all together. By studying the core, rays, moats, and borders of a sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. So this one is Fen Aries. We don't understand anything about the rays because that page is torn out. But it is martial and red. And that makes sense. Fen Aries is the... Yeah, red banners, martial. Fog. Fuck, do I need to make a note about that? Okay, so we learned lots of shit. We have been doing this for a very long time. And we did not really get any progress. But we've progressed in information. Sleep? Never heard of it. Yeah. I don't think there's any sigils in here. No. So yeah, like I said, I think what we have to do is figure out which rooms these are in, plot them, and then come here and put them actually on the board in the places that we've plotted them. That is my theory. Shit, that goes... Oh, shit, that goes deep. God damn. Some pool rooms bullshit there. Can we have a lantern? Can we have this? And did I even notice this before? Probably not. I was too busy looking at the window. Okay, saw that. This was the note. Yes. Okay. Icon lantern. I actually really love lanterns. Like, I enjoy jewelry. Yeah, that is... Okay, Linnea, if you're still here, you were 100% right. That is the symbol for Arinda there. It's echoed even in the design of the glass. Yeah, there's a pair of earrings and a necklace that I want that are like, it's like these Victorian hands holding a lantern. It's gorgeous, but, you know, monies. Okay, so we can go back down there anytime we want. That's just something that we have access to now. Not a fan of how creaky that elevator is, really? It gave me fond roller coaster vibes. Yes, okay, we did the outer room already. It's time to actually... How long have we been playing this run? And, like, we have not done any... We haven't gone in yet. Used white lanterns for our centerpieces for our wedding reception. It's very nice. Oh, that sounds lovely. If the elevator is creaking, I'm not getting onto it. A friend of mine... her husband is an elevator repairman, and it's made me think that maybe I shouldn't trust elevators anymore. Her husband isn't particularly reliable. Okay. We have no items. Let's start mapping things. Okay. We'll put our favorite hallway in our favorite place. Not a great group of floor plans for this early in it. I guess we can put the nook. Make sure that we get a key. Not a bad spot for the bedroom. I feel like we're gonna have to backtrack through it. Oh, right. We have a thing where we use energy today to draft rooms instead of gems. So we don't need to prioritize gems today. Let's stick to the bedroom. Do not want to be on a creaky ass elevator for it to only stop halfway. Yeah, I remember being a kid and like being on class trips and like us all jumping at the same time to try to fuck with the elevator. And now as an adult, I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? I know this game can be very RNG dependent at times, so best of lucks. And I'll take my leave now. So yeah, no worries. Have a great rest of your evening. I hope you're able to get to sleep soon. Thank you for coming by. Okay. I am going to turn on my lamp. It's definitely getting dark in here. Okay, what room are we in? This is the one room that we did not have in this level. I'm guessing that this is going to be an E. So we have a pine and a pin. Knew it. Okay, so the code for the bottom row is safes. Then we go through here, and we don't have the word for this room either. Shit. We're gonna draft the observatory just because we don't want to block that side off already. It's like we could put the chapel in to go straight, but I'm pretty sure the chapel doesn't actually have a pair, and I want to know what's in this room. Any extras today? No? Okay, so we have a tub. No, we have a bath and a bat. I knew it was going to be an H. So the bottom two rows are 8 safes. Okay, what do you got for us today? Got the Southern Cross, so we got rooms with 4 doors are more common today. And we have the Diamondus Minor, so we get a diamond, which isn't even going to be used today. Whatever. Which way? This way. This way. We'll do the den. Although we don't need the gems. Just so that way it's not blocking off. Anything extra in here today? Does not appear to be. Okay, we want a dead end room here. Give us that storeroom. Do we take the utility closet? I mean, it would be nice to do the closet and maybe get some keys, but the utility closet, we can turn off the keycard system, so when we eventually get the breaker, not the breaker, the safety, so the security room, that's it. Yeah, let's do that. That'll also protect us from the gym. So this one was Stag and Tag. So yes, S is confirmed for this one. Freezer would be a good draft for today if it pops up, so save your gems for tomorrow. That is very true, but then we won't be able to use any funds today either, right? Admittedly, just because we draft it doesn't mean that we have to use it immediately. We can come back to it at the end of the day. Okay, Gymnasium is off, Garage is on, Dark Room we're putting off, and then on. I don't know why, like, one time the fuse didn't flip when we walked in. Every other time it flipped, and I'm not sure why. Okay. True, but late day would be better. Of course, yeah. I've ended my day before with, like, finding a sauna right at the end of the day, and I'm like, ooh, nice little present for myself later on. Here's that security room. We're gonna spend the steps. We're going to make sure that we are ready for, key cards. Okay. Keycard system. Security level is high. Give us as many keycard rooms as possible. Offline mode is unlocked because we've already turned the system off. There. Do we have this room? This should be a K. P could P. I guess we should be good and follow the instructions and fill out the lower levels first. I don't want to draft the weight room. We've never had the laundry room before. Like, this is a new draft for us. It does block off. I think we do it. We still have a lot of open doors currently. Let's draft a new room. Even though we don't have a lot of currency currently. Yeah, this one should be a C. Clock and lock, confirmed. Ah, yes, just generic bleach. That's the one that we can interact with. It's like nothing else in here. So what does this do? The service costs $5 and will exchange all of your keys with all of your diamonds. The service costs $10 and will exchange all of your keys with all of your money. The service costs $5 and will exchange all of your oh, I mean, this would be useful once we have $5. But then we would still be losing, right? Like at a 1-to-1 rate. Yeah, I don't know how useful this is going to end up being. Some runs, yes. This run, currently, no. Oh yeah, time to launder some money. Makes me nostalgic for the days when everyone was playing Schedule 1. Courtyard? We're using energy fast, but I do like to get the courtyard in fairly early. We got the sledgehammer today. I like the courtyard because it has a high chance of giving us a special item. It just seems that there's often something in here. Okay. We're gonna follow the advice. Move sideways. Rotunda. Shit, that is new. Can rotate. I really don't want the weight room. I don't want to spend the 9 energy. Yeah, that game looks so fun. It's not the style of game that I enjoy playing, but certain streamers, it's definitely something I enjoy watching. Maybe we redraft. I don't want to use 9 energy on this, even though it's new. Pretty sure someone made a game all about laundering money, but the twist was that you put the money with actual dirt on it and washing machine and physically clean it. Yep, I've seen that game streamed as well. It was... I found it less fun than Schedule 1, but it definitely was interesting. Okay, let's redraw. Fucking cloister. God damn it. Okay, let's do the corridor. Okay. Do we have this room? No, we also didn't have the courtyard, but I don't think that there's actually... We're gonna waste the energy. I don't think that there's... Okay, it's confirmed for the next time I go. I can't remember if I looked in here or not. There is no pairings in the courtyard. Okay. What is this? It is a tree. It is a pine. It is a match. It is a flame. How did these correspond? How do these work together? I'm not seeing how these two work. Because it could be like a fur or something that still doesn't go with flame or match. If anyone has any ideas, you're welcome to say. I suppose it could be like a light. It could be fire and fur. Yeah, I think it's fire and fur. Okay, so that's an E. Yeah, I got it. Okay, then through here. Ugh, archives already. God damn, why are they giving me so many gem rooms? We don't have a lot of money. I guess we do the commissary anyway. I mean, I don't really want to spend the steps on it, but I want to be able to see my floor plans. Fuck it. Okay, so this one is Sage and Stage. So this one is T. We only got $2 dues. There's not going to be anything, but at least we can see what's there. A shovel and the metal detector. Have to remember to come back if we save up some money. Not that way. This way. It's kind of unfair that they're putting a arcade machine here that we even have a note from our dad saying that we loved this game as a child and we cannot play it. Very unfair. Red rooms. I guess so much for saving our money. But I think we're putting the chapel here. I know that the... Oh, yes. So starting... that's right. We need to keep an eye out for the chess pieces. I have not noticed if any of the other rooms... I just did not notice if they were in there or not. Okay. I guess we can continue along the right side. No. No, we should go left and try to backfill. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Okay. Glad that we lost $1 by walking in here. Okay, back to the courtyard. Oof. Okay, conference room. Anything in here today? No. Do we have this room? No, we don't. So, tent and 10, I believe. So it's a T for this room. Makes sense. I think that this line is also saying 8 because it's GHT at the end. Okay. So we'll see about connecting. Fucking Great Hall. I mean, we know that one of the levers is in there, so it kind of seems like a very good idea, even if we don't have the keys, to at least map it. And we got that door unlocked for free now. God damn it. Okay. Straight back to the beginning. We need to go off of the... Oh, there's a key in the nook, too, that we never picked up. God damn it. Okay. Okay, we'll go into the nook, get our key. There's often an item in here too, so it was kind of stupid for us not to go in there to begin with. Why so many red rooms? I guess the spare room? Can't believe you forgot the nook key, right? I did it all for I did it all for the nook key. I'll see myself out. Not that I want to associate myself with that guy and his music. Okay. Good storeroom. Give us a good dead end room here. Thurston, not bad. Isn't he one of the people who went like super crazy? Maybe I'm confusing him with another musician. Pawn! We have a pawn in the storeroom. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Tab at the game here. Saposaurus, thank you so much for the follow. For some reason, it didn't pop the Discord link. It should give a message when people follow. So let me just pop that there to say if you are a Discord person and you want to chat between streams, we got a nice little community brewing there. And I hope to see you again. Have a wonderful night. There. Gotta check why that didn't pop. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's always scary when it doesn't post the Discord link when people join, because I don't have it on a timer or anything, because I'm trying to make sure that, like, bad actors and raiders don't, like, get into there. As like a security thing. So if it doesn't post when people actually follow, I'm like, how are people supposed to know it exists? Like, that streamer bot, why aren't you doing your job? Okay, let's get the money because gems are worthless today. Yeah, minus some music feuds back in the early 2000s controversy, but nope. Do we have this one? Where did I put my book over there? We don't have this one. I'm thinking that this is Crow and Row. I do think that this row is going to spell the word clock. There, my phone down. We get a couple of... Ooh, banana. It's like, I know people think minions when they think bananas. I tend to think Katamari Damacy. Or Gwen Stefani. No, we don't want that coat check yet. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, we have to do the archives. This is the only place that... admittedly, we have some keys for the Great Hall now. Fuck. Fuck. We have to draft something. We don't want to do this. We don't want to take back the broken lever. And it will block it off anyway. We can do the archives. We're going to be at a disadvantage going forward because we're not going to be able to see one room every time. If we do the secret passage, it is going to dead end. Like, whatever room we pick, it's literally only going to fill that empty center square. It is not going to do anything else. We do have keys. We do have keys at this point. I say we do the secret passage, fill that square, and then go up and use the keys. Personally, I'd suggest a bounty of calcium, but whatever works to placate your bone person. Yeah, no. I guess I should probably look into some sort of fucking multivitamin or something. One of those take care of yourself moments, right? Let's do it. Let's do the secret passage. I don't know what color of room we're going to try to draft, but let's do it. Especially because, if nothing else, it gives us more information. This is tie and tier, so it is an R for this room, which we didn't have. And that's what I meant by more information. I knew that this and the next room are not on the code map yet. Really, CR. The next one is going to be an A then. It's going to be crack 8 safe. So I thought it was going to be clock. Okay, what kind of room do we want? Obviously we can't select a blue room. We can select a bedroom, get a little bit more energy, which might not be a terrible idea. Most of them are dead ends anyway. Hallways, bad idea. They connect places and this is a dead end. Green rooms, we don't have a shovel. I don't know if green room is the play here. A shop isn't a terrible idea. We have some money. Red rooms, we could put a red room and then just walk away from it. Not a bad idea, you know, sticking it in a corner somewhere. We have $6, so a shop is dangerous. I think we either do a bedroom or... Let's do a red room. What is the worst red room that we don't want to come up? These aren't the worst red rooms, unfortunately. Let's do the maid's chamber. It's only one extra door. And I don't want to have less of a chance of finding items. Okay. Maybe we only have 17 energy, actually. Maybe we should have done a bedroom. Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe we should have done a bedroom, actually, now that I'm counting how many steps it is to get back here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I feel that we go into the Great Hall and we open up the 3 doors facing north. Yeah, at least we get a little reprieve by being in here. It's this way, right? Yes. Well, at least there's a nice cool breeze coming through the window. Okay, we're gonna unlock the 3 doors here. This should be the lever. It is not. So, Archfey, that time that you were like, it is not always in the same door. That is interesting information to have. Okay, there is the one leading north. We are going to click on this door right now to see if this is locked, because I don't want to open up another door in the Great Hall only to find that this door is also locked. It is not locked. Well, I mean, like, it would be nice to have that. But then we have to, like, spend energy to go back around to the conference room to get through. Unless you enter the room from the other end. I mean, that could be... That's actually not a bad point. Okay. Okay. You've made your point. We don't give a shit about gems today. We're gonna do the boudoir. Yeah, some of those symmetrical rooms can be a little confusing. Oh, do we have this one on the map currently? I believe so. Yes, we do. We actually have a lot of this row on the map. Or column, I should say. We're doing the parlor here just so that way we can actually continue going and we don't actually give a shit about the gems today. I'm actually not going to solve the puzzle because we don't need them. Although there's going to be a strike on my my record where we have, every time we've drafted this room, we've solved the puzzle. I just don't really want to solve the puzzle today, since it gets incrementally more difficult. Okay, this one's already on the map. It should be an S. Yeah, coat and coast. Okay, last key. We're gonna do the East Wing Hall. Give us 2 chances. Any extras in here today? Any extra keys? No? Yeah, Pain and Plain. Yeah, and I have this down as an L already. Well, fuck, I guess we're doing the archives. At least it connects to the foundation. We're not gonna go in there if we can help it. Locked. Okay, we have to. We're not gonna go in there if we can help it. Locked. Okay, we have to. 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 blocked off. Open, already open. Not seeing any extras today. We don't have the shovel. Ooh, we can get through there no matter what because that is a key card door. Yeah, this one's locked. It's too bad we didn't find anything down that, like, called for, that interacted with that. Okay. So, what I'm thinking... Unless you entered the room from the... no, I imagine drafting a room and just immediately collapsing from exhaustion. Like, oh, these plans are too much. So, what I'm thinking here, because we're almost out of energy, we're out of keys. I think we do the mail room. It specifically blocks it off, but we don't have the... We haven't thrown the switch. We don't have access to the antechamber. And this will give us... the parcels tomorrow. Let's do that. And then for the last 15, we'll do a Necrodancer run. Order placed. So we'll have extra items tomorrow. We don't have this one or the Foundation on the map. Foundation is tricky because, like, it's never going to change. We might not be able to actually get... We'll take a look at that again in a second. I don't think that there is anything in there. I think that we're slightly boned by having placed the Foundation. Pretty sure this is just the same letter as always. Yeah. So we have a flame, we have a match, we have a fire. We have wheat. We have a sheaf. We have a bunch. Any ideas? This is the one that we were looking for, I think. Yeah, please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender as he is no longer employed with our staff. That is the gardener that was in the hovel. There is some extra text written there, but we don't have the magnifying glass, so I can't double check to see what that says. Five? Five and fire don't work, though. I'm not sure. I think we're gonna have to check the next time we're in this room. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me. Okay. So we're gonna call it a day here for the game. Let me pull this up. We'll call it. There's nowhere further that we can go. We're out of keys. Everything else is blocked off. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have the mail, like the package for the next one. Mount Holly, Prosaic Villa. Total rooms 28. Rank reached 9. Steps taken 60. Items found 2. New rooms 2. We're going to save and quit.